Few characters in the DC universe would elicit fear in the hearts of their opponents like Black Adam and Darkseid. On one hand, Black Adam is a mortal who was blessed with the power of 6 Egyptian gods. On the other, Darkseid is the ruler of Apokolips and a new god, which makes him one of the most powerful villains in the DC multiverse. That said, in a world that often pits superpowered individuals against each other, one can't help but wonder who would be victorious if these two powerhouses clash. Let's see who would win in a battle between Black Adam and Darkseid. Darkseid would win in a fight against Black Adam. He is superior to Black Adam in terms of his strength, intellect, invulnerability and the Omega effect, which would lead to Black Adam's downfall. However, it would be a close fight to call as Black Adam is powerful in his own right. This video will compare the two characters' strength and abilities to determine the winner in a likely fight between them.
Before we delve further into this epic clash, this is your host Shah and you are watching Comicverse Unleashed, where I post all kinds of comic videos and shorts daily, so you definitely gotta subscribe.
Darkseid rarely depends on his strength to dispatch his opponents, instead preferring the use of intellect. However, he has shown that he is still capable of getting his hands dirty if need be, displaying his immense strength. Although Superman has defeated him on several occasions, Darkseid has been depicted as being stronger than the hero. Since Supes can lift the equivalent of 2 billion tons, this would mean Darkseid can lift in excess of this. Darkseid's strength has enabled him to pull off some of the greatest feats of strengths in the DC universe, including crushing a Green Lantern ring with his bare hands, which is one of the hardest things to do. He was also able to punch Superman through the Source Wall, an extremely impregnable barrier surrounding the multiverse. He also ripped a hole through reality with his bare hands. Ammon, the Egyptian god, granted Black Adam superhuman strength, making him arguably the strongest superpowered being on Earth. His strength level is so phenomenal that he can easily lift close to 100,000 tons. He can easily lift a tank, bend steel, punch through walls, and even keep up with Superman in a fight. His flesh and bone are about thrice as dense as that of a normal human, contributing to his immense strength. Darkseid wins this round. As a new god, Darkseid possesses superhuman invulnerability that exceeds some of the most powerful beings in the DC universe. In his true form, Darkseid can withstand almost any type of injury with relative ease. He can withstand blows from some of the DC's strongest beings, including Superman. Another true measure of this particular power of his is the fact that he went toe-to-toe with Doomsday, who is on a whole other level. He's also survived the destruction of an entire planet and the combined assault of the Justice League. By comparison, Black Adam possesses the courage of Mehen. While this may sound like a gift that makes him brave, in reality, it actually grants him superhuman invulnerability. He is impervious to conventional weapons like bullets and missiles. Even if he were injured, his godly energies would allow him to regenerate instantly. Death Adam has also shown that he can withstand blunt force beatings and go blow for blow with heavy hitters like Superman. While Black Adam is quite invulnerable thanks to the gifts of the god Mehen, Darkseid is more invulnerable as a new god. Like his strength, Darkseid rarely relies on speed to defeat his opponents. However, he does have super speed, which has come in handy in some fights. For example, he was able to match Zeus's combat speed, which even surprised Wonder Woman. However, he isn't quite as fast as the Flash or Superman, but he is fast enough to keep up with them in a fight. Black Adam has superhuman speed, which comes from the speed of Horus, who also gave him the ability to fly. He can fly from one end of the earth to the other in the blink of an eye. This speed also grants him hyper reflexes, making him a formidable fighter. On Earth, he can fly and move at speeds exceeding Mach 1, and in space, he can move at the speed of light. He isn't quite as fast as the Flash, but he was shown to be moving at a speed of over 500 Mach, while Flash was draining his speed. Black Adam wins this round on account of being able to move at the speed of light, the same as Superman. Despite his many powers and abilities, Darkseid's main weapon of choice is his intellect. He has a genius-level intellect that allows him to create elaborate plans aimed at ensuring he triumphs over his enemies. He doesn't embark on a fight he cannot win, instead choosing to bide his time and outsmart his opponents. As the ruler of Apokolips, he commands a vast army and is therefore a tactical genius on and off the battlefield. On the other hand, Black Adam possesses the wisdom of Zehuti. This is just a fancy way of saying he has superhuman intelligence. Zehuti is the Egyptian god of learning. This means that Black Adam has instant access to vast knowledge. This usually comes in handy in battle planning. The particular power also grants him clairvoyance that gives him a unique awareness of his circumstances, allowing him to turn disadvantages in his favor. This would definitely come in handy in a fight against Darkseid. While Black Adam possesses the wisdom of Zehuti, this round has to go to Darkseid. Few in the DC multiverse would be able to match the ruler of Apokolips' intellect. Perhaps Darkseid's most notable power is the Omega effect, which he got after stealing the power of the All Gods. This cosmic energy field grants him a host of abilities, including dimensional travel, cosmic awareness, and power absorption, which allows him to steal the life force of the All Gods. The Omega effect grants him his most noteworthy power, Omega beams. They are arguably the deadliest weapon in the entire DC multiverse. These beams which he emits from his eyes or hands are so powerful that they can utterly obliterate anything in their path. They can also destroy entire planets and are fast enough to keep up with the speedsters. He has a great amount of control over these beams and can make them bend and change direction mid-blast, making it impossible to dodge them. Even Superman had a hard time withstanding the blasts. By comparison, the power of Aton grants Black Adam several powers including interdimensional travel as well as enhancing his other abilities. However, one power it grants him is electrokinesis, or the magical thunderbolt that transforms him. By yelling Shazam, he can call down a bolt of lightning to hit or shoot electroblasts at an opponent. These lightning strikes and electroblasts have proven to be quite powerful. For example, they were powerful enough to recharge the Flash and even harm Wonder Woman. He was also able to hurt Spectre. Darkseid undoubtedly wins this round. His Omega beams would cause major trouble for Black Adam. Black Adam vs Darkseid, who's the victor? Darkseid would be the victor in a fight with Black Adam. I should, however, mention that it would be a close call as Black Adam is no sleuth and would very likely hold his own. Eventually, however, Darkseid would prove to be too much for him, thanks to his superior strength, invulnerability, and the Omega effect. Of particular interest would be Darkseid's Omega beams, which Black Adam would find hard to contend with. So here you have it, folks, Black Adam vs Darkseid. Now you know who wins, and let us know what you think about this video in the comments, and I will catch you in the next one. Till then, stay heroic, stay unleashed.